one in sports.
Alright, batting average is one.
Yeah.
Sports, where else do we see average? Carter?
Hospitals.
In what way?
Average of your health.
Oh, so like your health is average? Yeah, I'm looking for more numbers-ish. Right?
Grades.
Alright, big one is grades. What does average mean? If you have a B, which is a 90% average, what does that mean? What does that mean? Does that mean every paper you've gotten, you got a 90% on and got a B? Wait, it means,
You like get right around 90.
okay, it's about kind of close to what you get, what you typically get. Typical is kind of average. You know, sometimes you're gonna get 100, sometimes you're gonna get an 80. How do we find average? Anybody know? We should probably write down, let's write this down here. To find average. To find average, what you do is you add all the numbers together. Add up all the numbers, like if your grades, you'd add all the percentages of your grades together. Then divide by how many numbers, hashtag, you added together. Okay, which means, let's say we were talking about quizzes, and on the 5, you took 5 quizzes and you got an 80% on one, a 90% on one, another 90%, 100%, and then let's say you kind of did 4, then you got a 70%. Now, if I had to add, if I asked you to guess, what would you suppose your average would be close to? First of all, I wouldn't say the average would be 70. Why would you say your average isn't 70? Right?
Because there's not as many as
Right. There's only 170, and the rest of them are higher than that. So you know your average. The very minimum your average could be would be 70, but it's not going to be that because you got a bunch of grades that are pushing the average there. I mean, you got 2 90s. Okay, so it could be. I mean, if I was guessing, you got 180 and a 70. You know, I would guess it's somewhere in the 90 range. That would be at least a fair guess. But how do we find the average then? We need to add all 5 of these together. So you have 100 plus 90 plus 90 plus 80 plus 70. Add those all together. What do I end up with here? 9, 18, and 8 is what? 26 and 33. I get 430. Is 430 my average? No. I need to divide by how many numbers I added together. I added 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 numbers together. How many times is 5 going to 430? It goes into 43 8 times. How many times it goes into 30? 6 times. I have an 86%. Now what brought it down was this here 70, by the way. Had you not got that 70 and made that a 90 or 100, it probably would be in the 90s or more.
that is C.
It's a B minus. The other place where they talk about averages is when you are trying to make equal piles. Let me show you. The book does a lot with this, so it's good kind of to recognize that. They will say this. Let's say you've got 1, 2, 3, 4 coins here. And then in this next pile, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You have 6 coins. Average would be what you do to balance those out to have the same exact number of coins in each pile. Which would mean, I mean, if you did it manually, what would you do? You take 1 away from here, it would have 5, and put it over here, it would be 5. So 5 is your average. But we can do it math-wise. You just add 6 plus 4, you get 10. Divide that by how many numbers do we add together? 2. 10 divided by 2 is 5. 5 coins in each stack would be that. Or sometimes they'll make it look like this. They'll say, here, you've got 3 glasses. Just look at glasses there. And in the glasses, one of them has, let's say 3 ounces. One of them has 5 ounces. And one of them has 10 ounces in it. 10 ounces. If I wanted to pour the liquid to make them all level, how many ounces would be in each glass? Well, that's the same thing as finding average. You find the average of these numbers, that's how much liquid you pour from one to the other. What is 10 plus 5 plus 3 is what?
18.
18. And if you divide 18 by the 3 numbers we added together, you would put 6 ounces in each glass. So you move 3 ounces over there and 1 ounce over there, and everybody would be pretty much happy there. Let's try one. You find the average of this. I'll give you some numbers. Find average of, I'll give you some numbers here. 8, 9, 7. 8, 9, 7. Those are all 3 different numbers. 9, 8, 10, 6, 7. 9, 8, 10, 6, 7. Find the average of those 8 numbers. And again, you should have a good idea what it's going to be. If you're guessing at what's going to be, well, I don't know. It's got to be somewhere between 7 and 10. Tell me what the average of those numbers would be. What is the average of those numbers? You get an answer? Hopefully your acting ability is good. 8 plus 9 plus 7 plus 9 plus 8 plus 6 plus 7. Let's do that math pretty quickly here. 8 plus 17, 24, 33, 41, 51, 57. You should have gotten 64 when you added those all together. And then how many numbers did you add together? 8 of them. So 64 divided by 8. You should have got for your average 8. Kind of makes sense, because if you look at all those, 8 is kind of in the middle, kind of the average of all those. Any problems or questions on that?